page. Hello, I think I went on my private page on Facebook. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Just go with it. Just go with it. This light is bright. Is this light too bright? Is that better? Too bright? Is better? I think I broke my light. Which really sucks because now I gotta figure it out. Hey, Ayat, how's it going? Come in, ladies. Say hey. I got the gram, I got the Facebook. Pretty sure on Facebook I just went on my private page. That's okay. I'll share it to Feed That Glow after. Tell me if you can see me and hear me good. Playing with the lights that I broke. Ooh, this is dark, eh? Unless too bright I can't see. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. It's Monday. I hope you had a cool Monday. I hope you kicked its butt. Because if you show up strong on your Monday, you try to set the tone for the week. So kicking its butt in whatever way that means to you. Hey girl, how's it going? Come in, say hey. Oh, it says Feed That Glow is live, so I'm on Feed That Glow? Cool. I was like, am I on Crystal or am I on Feed That Glow? But that's awesome. Thanks, Lynn, for checking. Cool. Because I was like, ah. And I got the Gram fam up. So when you come in, say hey, tell me where you're watching from. I'm gonna start introducing myself more, so I know you ladies know me, but I'm Crystal from feedthatglow.co and Project Glow Radio. I help women heal their relationship with food, body image, and money. And I'm gonna just keep introducing myself like that because I run into people in my small town. I live in a small town, and people are like, I didn't know you had an online business, right? And today, I'm not sure if you ladies saw, but I did an interview with this dude who lives in Florida. So I thought that was cool that he found me on the other side of the world. And I have people in my own town that are like, I didn't even know you did this. So hey, this is what I do. I'm on Feed That Glow. Awesome. So I'm gonna wave to the peeps, wave to the ladies. So come in and tell me what's up. Tonight's talk, we're going to talk about some money blocks because I think that money is something we need to talk a lot more about. Yeah, thanks girl, go watch it. It's pretty cool. I was super nervous. I was like, is this like a job interview? No, I'm just kidding. It was fun. I think I was mostly nervous because I'm going to go wave to Mitchell. I was mostly nervous because when I meet new people that don't know me and don't know that I can bring it raw and real, and sometimes I drop the F-bombs just because whatever, Jesus still loves me. I was a little bit nervous about that because, you know, I know in my professional day-to-day job, I can be very professional because I work with little kids, right? So I'm not going to really drop any kind of inappropriate language, but when I'm talking to another adult, even when I'm coaching my spin classes, sometimes it's like, motivate you. I'm going to use some colorful language sometimes, and that's just what it is. So when he said it was cool, you can drop certain words, it's fine. I was like, hey, good, thank you. The pressure was off. But yes, please go watch that interview. It was really cool. It was about all kinds of mindset talk. So it was fun, and I'm going to get him on Project Glow Radio because that guy's pretty sweet. It was pretty cool. Anybody watch the interview that I did today? Did anybody else check it out? No. I'm not sure if my internet connection works, but that's fine. We're just gonna roll. We're just gonna roll. So here is what it is, ladies. As you come in, yes, come in, say hey. I can't see you all. Just say hey. If you're sharing this broadcast out, let me know. I will come back and give you more love. But I wanted to jump on today to just talk about money blocks because I think that is something huge that we need to start talking more about. But pause. I have one more workout going on for Strong Body Love. So that workout, it's a free workout going out Wednesday night it's gonna go out Wednesday afternoon. In the afternoon, you'll get an email if you're on my feedthatglow.co newsletter. You will get that. Check your junk mail, by the way, ladies. I hide there sometimes. Like, my own service provider doesn't even realize that I'm sending myself emails. It's funny, okay? Just like my Feed That Glow doesn't realize that. Anyways, things don't talk all the time, and I haven't figured out how to make them talk, but that's okay. So just look in your junk mail. And it's also wise to look in your junk mail because you might find other things that are hiding there. So just check. Anyways, The last workout goes out. So every Wednesday this month, I've been handing out a free workout. You get your video demos, and at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's people in our town. I say Eastern Standard Time because I have people following me in the States. So just so they know, Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m., I'll be in my living room. You will have a Zoom link. So that is access to my class. You show up on that link by clicking in it, and I get to see you, and we get to work out together. So the first week I had 5 ladies, and the last few weeks I've had 1. So that's cool. I understand with March break and the weather's getting nicer. But listen, girls, I am speaking to those mamas that cannot leave the house because they got little kids, or they're running around ragged and they just don't want to go back out after they've come home, right? So all you need is a pair of dumbbells. I get to check you out, so I get to see your form. If you don't want me to see you on camera, you don't put your video on, but you get to see me. So we do the workout in real time. This week's workout, because I have a parent support group immediately after, is going to be 25 minutes. So this Wednesday from 6 to 6:25, I'm going to be in my Zoom class. We're going to do a workout. All the things. Now, if you can't be in the Zoom class, it's not a big deal, girl. I'm giving you video demos. So you get access to my YouTube channel with the exact moves that I'm doing, and it's me doing them. So you get to see. So that is for Strong Body Love. Next, I do have some spots left for the 4-week fat loss challenge. Now, I don't like using the word fat loss, but I get it. You are allowed to want to lose weight, lose fat, and both still get back into your body and appreciate your body. So this program is pretty much going to be under the guise of Strong Body Love, meaning we're going to talk nutrition, we're going to talk self-love, we're going to do mindset stuff. You're going to get Zoom calls with me every week as check-ins to see how things are going. So for me to measure your progress, girlfriend, we are not using the scale. Okay? The scale is a lying biatch, right? And if you have an unhealthy relationship with your scale, and here's how you know if you have an unhealthy relationship. You weigh yourself every day, and you use that number to determine how your day is going to go. So if I have any girls here following me, here's what you're going to do, loves. You're going to grab a sledgehammer and beat the shit out of that scale, okay? That scale is not your friend, okay? That scale does not measure your worth. That scale does not tell you anything except for you and gravity and your weight. That's it, okay? So if you have an unhealthy relationship with the scale, well, that's what you're going to do. For the girls who are joining the 4-week fat loss, which will be Strong Body Love, don't worry. I'm going to teach you different ways to measure progress because, girls, there's not one way to have a body, okay? So, yeah, you might want to weigh whatever it is you want to weigh, or you might want to be whatever size it is you want to be, but I'm going to teach you how to embody who you are going to be by being who you are. Okay, so you're not hating yourself to loving yourself. You can't do that. So girls who've asked me about that, reach out to me. I still have a few places, and because I'm giving so much one-on-one, I'm not taking a lot of girls. Okay, we're going to do live calls together to problem shoot, troubleshoot, talk all the things, because I want to know all the things, right? So you get me in your pocket, okay, at like a steal of a deal. Next, food for thought. Let's start getting into the juice. Let's see who's joining. Hey. So tonight's talk is about money blocks, and here is why I want to start talking more about money. Girls, I need you, first of all, to raise your hand if you've ever spent money on yourself and felt guilty. If you have spent money, and that was me, if you've spent money on yourself, if you've invested in yourself in some way, shape, or form, and it could be silly things like, and when I say silly, like, trust me, I get the feels. It could be things like investing to go to the gym, and you're like, oh, I could use this money for diapers or whatever, right? So yes, I have a few girls telling me, yes, they have felt guilty. I'm not sure about the Facebook peeps. Come on, tell me, have you ever felt guilty when you drop bank on yourself, right? If this is true, and I mean, I get it. Sometimes we don't want to share these things. That's cool. But on the Gram fam, you girls, you stepping up. I love it. So if you have ever felt guilty spending money on yourself, this talk is going to be for you. We're going to talk about mindset blocks. Now, clearly, we don't got all night, so I'm going to get to the base of what it is that drives these behaviors, okay? These are limiting beliefs that are on the subconscious, meaning we don't even know why, but we have this thing saying like, oh, that money could have been used for something else, or maybe we have a limiting belief thinking we're not worthy of investing in ourselves or of treating ourselves to little things. And girls, when I'm talking about this, I'm not saying drop in 10 grand if you don't have the money, right, on ridiculous things, okay? I'm talking about the little things like getting yourself a coffee or investing in a coach or going to the gym or buying a book you really want to go read or getting a massage or anything like that. If that causes so much guilt inside of you, this talk is for you. So here is the thing. You listening? Girls, ladies, it is not about the money. It is not about the money. The same thing like when I'm coaching my women to help them understand food and body image, it's not about that. It's about an underlying issue. So if you are struggling with the money, here is how I'm going to break that myth for you right now. And it's a myth. If you are able to spend money on your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friends, your kids, your parents, any other friggin' human being on the planet, you can drop cash no problem without that same guilt, then girl, it is not a money problem. It is a mindset problem. It is a block. So if you are feeling me, I want to know the real deal. Tell me, are you feeling that? Right? I'm about to okay? Because here's the thing. It's never about the money. If you were able to take that same amount of money or whatever and just go to the Walmart and get your kid whatever it is he wanted or needs or whatever, and you don't have that guilt, then girlfriend, we got some talking to do, okay? You are worthy of investing in yourself or treating yourself as well, right? I'm not saying being irresponsible. Girls, you know that I'm doing the journey to debt free. I share my journey and I'm going to start sharing a lot more. I track my budget. I track my budget every day. I'm in my accounts checking what's coming in, what's going out. I write it all down. Everything is accounted for. I do a zero-based budget, meaning every dollar is accounted for. Every single dollar. Okay? Everything. But in that budget, I also allow for flexibility, and sometimes it's pretty tight, girls, okay? Sometimes it is pretty tight. I got a lot of debt, okay? But I still allow for the little things. I still allow for the little things. Let this sink in. When my husband was unemployed and I saw this live event, because I believe live events are honestly what change us. You get into a room with people who are ahead of the game, right? You get to submerge yourself into that, and anybody who's willing to level up. And it's not about being better, okay? This is not, when I say level up, I don't mean better. I just mean you're showing up differently in your body and in your life. You need to drop money on that. My husband was not working. He was unemployed. We were living on my salary. I still managed to do it. Now, yes, I had to take some credit, but we budgeted for that stuff. We made it work. Why? Because it was important to me. I did it guilt-free, girls. Now, if I was able to do that stretch, that allowed me to step into who it is I want to be. This is the mindset talks that we need to start having. Now, it's never about the resources. It's never about the resources. It's about being resourceful. There's been many times in my life where there's been a training that I wanted to attend, and even if I didn't have the exact money at the time, girl, I hustled, okay? There was a training that I helped coordinate, facilitate, and work so that I could show up at that training for $0, okay? I did a lot of extra work on the behind the scenes and during the day and the event itself. But it's about being resourceful. Do you see the correlation? It's not about resources, the money. It's about how resourceful you are. So are you able to figure it out? Yeah, right? So we're talking about money blocks. And here are some money blocks to know if you have some. And honestly, every single human being has some. Why? Because we all come with childhood baggage, right? So here is the thing. If money for you as a child was stressful, either your parents were fighting over it, they said you never had enough, they said money was evil, money don't grow on trees. Who here has heard these statements? And listen, if you're a parent and you've said these things, Forgive yourself, okay? Nobody is perfect. We're not trying to be perfect, but these comments and these behaviors actually do affect how we are. Right? And here I am going through a debt-free journey with my boys, and they know all the ins and outs of my budget. They know if we have any money left in our family fund envelope. They know what we got left for our food groceries. They know all the things. Why? Because I want them to know that money is beautiful. I want them to know that we are more than the money. Money is energy, but also we are allowed to spend, to give, and to save, right? Because I didn't grow up with those lessons. I grew up with money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. Like, money is evil. People who have money are greedy. These are the messages that I grew up with, and I know a lot of people have grown up with that. So these messages, they stick with us, okay? And they transpire into our adult lives when it comes time to doing things for ourselves. So in the interview that I just did today, it's like, it super fired me up because we were talking about that, about investing in ourselves and showing up. And I was like, yes, because when you have a stretch, when you have to stretch yourself a little bit, you are guaranteed to transform into that person you're meant to be, right? So I know for me, going to San Diego, I am not the same person at all. I don't see the world the same way. Everything. That was the best gift that I was able to give myself. Right? So some might say it's selfish. I don't care, right? But anytime you invest in whatever it is, a book, a coach, a program, right? Getting a massage, like going to the chiropractor, whatever it is, anytime you invest, I had a theta coach. Like, my theta coach is bomb.com. I was seeing her a few times a month. Right? And that was a pretty penny, but she was worth it. She was worth it. She helped me clear up so many mindset blocks. Why? Because I was tired of doing it alone. And here's the thing, ladies. I know that I'm like coming at you strong, but here's the thing. I want you to be honest with yourself. How many times have you gotten something for free? And we all get freebies. Go to my website. I have a ton of freebies that actually transformed your whole life from the get-go. There's none. Right? Every time I create a freebie, I want it to impact your life. I want it to help your life. I create it because it's made from the heart. But I know that this is just one of the pieces that you need, right? And I have coaches. I believe coaches have coaches, right? To get to the next level. Now, anything that you get for free, you do not value 100%. You do not. You're not going to invest in it. You're not going to show up in it. So we talked about that in the interview, Thomas and I, because it's the same thing. It's if you have a stretch, and I have women asking me all the time to join programs and stuff. And listen, girls, I am big on paying it forward, and there are women that I will show up for because they're showing up for me. Meaning, we do an exchange, and it's not always a money exchange, but I know that they are showing up. Why? Because I've had people do the same for me. So here is the thing. If you have heard things like money is evil, people who have money are greedy, money don't grow on trees. Tell me any other of these sayings. Let me see. I wrote more down, and you could share. Oh, money doesn't buy happiness. That's another good one. Money doesn't buy happiness. Oh, I just want to help people. I don't need the money. That's another one that I hear from people who are trying to impact lives. No. Listen, money is energy. You show up in it. So it's a beautiful exchange. Somebody gives you something, you give them something. This is how it works. Now, anywhere that there is a block, it's a limiting belief. And here is the best way to know where your limiting beliefs are in your language. The word because. So, have you ever heard yourself say, I can't buy this thing because, I can't do this thing because, right? The word because is your flag, your little red flag to say, oh, there's a belief there that I got to switch. There's a belief there that I got to shift. There's a belief that I got to do work in, right? Because here is the thing. I just said it. Money doesn't even exist. It's just like time. It doesn't exist. It is simply the exchange of something that we want for something else. That's it. It's energy. Now, if you show up in the mess of it and you figure it out, again, it's being resourceful, right? People who are in a lot of debt, it's not more money that's going to get you out of debt. It's behaviors. It's managing your behaviors, right? People who, and when we talk about behaviors, this is the thing. If you have a strong enough why, you can figure out any how. And that is how I've lived my life from day one. Like if I feel it in my bones, I'm going to make it happen. Why? I'm going to figure it out. And as I just said, I've worked events to get into the trainings for free, but I worked the events, so technically it wasn't free, right? It wasn't just a handoff. So I want you to sit with this, because here is the thing. 2019 is the year to make things happen. 2019 is the year to take up space. And to me, taking up space, any woman that decides that she is worthy, and I'm talking to those ladies who will drop cash on anybody they love, but when it comes to themselves, they feel guilty. I'm talking to you, girlfriend. Okay? If you're able to spend money on people you love, but you feel guilt when it comes to yourself, there's some work to do there. You are worthy. And I mean, think about that. Think about how that looks to the people around you, right? You're not a martyr. You don't want to be. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to invest in yourself, time, energy, money, all of those things. So I want you to think, like, when it comes to that, think this is all based on our childhood messaging. So if money was stressful for you growing up, if your parents fought over money, if you had scarcity, I grew up poor. We were poor. We didn't have a lot of anything, right? I could tell all kinds of stories. So growing up like that created so much scarcity. And now that I'm in this whole debt journey, I'm going to share with you how I have to constantly be monitoring my language so that I'm not instilling these kinds of beliefs into my kids, right? So I want them to know money is beautiful. We work hard for our money, but we make our money work for us, right? So we're allowed to give it. We're allowed to spend it. We're allowed to save it. It's not just save, or spend. I had this belief that I had holes in my pockets, that money would burn its way through my pockets. For the longest time, I'm 40 and I finally shifted that belief, because money can sit in my pocket. Actually, money sits in my wallet all the time now, right? So it's really challenging, these things. So I want to give you actionable tools that you can apply right now. You can write them down and they're going to help you. So first things first, you need to be aware that you have a mindset block, a money mindset block. Okay? And the way to know it is listen to your language. So if there's a program that comes up, or there's something you want to buy, a dress, a purse, whatever, right? Or is it just to go get yourself a massage because your back hurts and you actually really need it, right? Because I think most of us need this more than we're allowing ourselves. Ask yourself, what is the thoughts that you're saying to yourself? Are you saying, I can't because I don't have money? I can't because I'm broke? First of all, if you walk around saying you're broke, that's got to stop. I don't let anybody close to me use that language. Why? Because they pull it into their reality. You're not broke. You're not broke. You can give away all your money today and find money on the ground. You're still not broke. Okay? We need to let that go. Money is energy. It flows, it comes, it goes. If you hold on too tight, it can't come in. It won't leave, but it can't come in neither. It has to be open hand, right? And I've talked about this before. Hey, so you need to be aware of the language. You need to be aware. What are you telling yourself? I can't do this because of that. I can't do this. Listen, here is what you're going to do. Here is what you're going to do. Bum, bum, bum. Number one, you're going to ask yourself better questions. Instead of saying, oh, I wish I could do the things, ask yourself better questions. If I were able to do this, how would I do it? Right? Is it investing in a coach? Is it investing in furthering your education? Is it whatever it is? How would you do this? And ladies, listen. You can keep going at it by yourself. If you're trying to do whatever it is in your life by yourself, the internet is full of all the things you need. All the answers are there, okay? The thing is, that will only get you so far. So if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you find a coach who is doing the thing you need to do. Why? Because they hold you accountable. Because they help you transform into who it is you want to be. Okay? Hiring coaches, honestly, to me, was the best thing I ever did. I've been working with a coach since 2015. Okay? Best thing I ever did. Best investment I ever did. Why? All of this, right? So I've invested in many different human beings, and sometimes it was a huge stretch for me. But just that transaction allowed me to step fully into who it is I want to become. It allowed me to stretch my mindset. It allowed me to just figure it out, right? And I'm not saying, girls, listen, I'm not saying if you can't afford to put food on the table for your kids. That is not what I'm saying, right? Let's be adults here. I am saying, though, there is always a way to figure it out. There's always a way. Is there not something that you can do, even if it's bartering? Even if it's bartering, that's beautiful, right? You're working for it. You're still showing up in it, right? So you're going to ask yourself better questions. So instead of saying things like, how much is that thing? How much is it? How much is it? Listen, ask yourself, what value am I going to get from this? What will this bring my life? Will this make my life easier? Will I learn newer things that I didn't believe were possible? Ask yourself, right? And do it without judgment. Again, ladies, we judge ourselves way too hard, and this is not me judging. Everything that I'm telling you right now are mini pep talks that I've been doing to myself for years, okay? So you're gonna ask yourself better questions. Number 2, you're gonna find contradicting evidence. Yes, I'm looking at notes. You're gonna find contradicting evidence, meaning if you have that messaging from your childhood that money is bad, money is evil, people who have money, they destroy the world, you're gonna look for contradicting evidence, meaning if you were raised like that, here is the best contradicting evidence you're gonna need, girlfriend. Look at Oprah, okay? Now, in my family, money, there was not a lot of it. There was a lot of stress. There was a lot of all the things that come with the money, right? Money causes a lot of things. It can cause a lot of things. And I'm going to say it's actually not the money. It's the intent we put behind the money and all the stress. But I digress. My contradicting evidence was Oprah. Oprah. Who here knows how many billions of dollars Oprah Winfrey has donated to charities? She does so much good in the world. So my messaging as a child was, money is evil. People who have money are greedy. They're selfish. They're going to destroy the planet. Then I look at Oprah. She is, I don't even know what her net worth is. If anybody wants to look that up, go for it. But also check how much money she gives to charities. So my contradicting evidence was, oh, actually, no. I'm looking at another role model. I'm looking at somebody else that's doing the complete opposite of what I've been told. Because the thing about limiting truths are, they're kind of sometimes partially true, right? So, and here is where I draw the line. Money doesn't make or break a person. It doesn't change their behavior, okay? If you were an a-hole before money, you get money, you're gonna be a bigger a-hole, guaranteed. But if you are a kind-hearted, soulful person, you can do amazing things with more money. You can make a bigger impact with more money. Do you see the difference? Right? Do you see the difference? So for me, my contradicting evidence was Oprah. She's showing up in the world, taking up all the space and creating such an impact, right? I mean, I think, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure she has the quote, your income is in direct relation to your impact. So if you're making money, it's because you're making a big impact. This is the language we need to have. Money is beautiful. To spend it, to give it, to receive it, to save it, all the things. So you're going to look for contradicting evidence. Number 3, you're going to change the language. You need to change the language when it comes to money. Instead of saying, I'm broke, I can't afford that, instead say, and there's so much power in the word yet. There's so much power. There are many coaches that I would love to work with, but it's not my time yet. So I can't work with them yet. There's so much power in the word yet. So you change the language. Instead of saying I'm broke or I can't afford that, you say things like, I'll come back to it. Or maybe it's something that you realize it's not going to bring you value. Fine, move on, right? But never say it's because of the money. Say it's because you're choosing, because one keeps you stuck. One keeps you stuck and one empowers you. So when it comes to the money, really pay attention to your language. You should not be saying things like I'm broke or I'm trying to get money. All these things, no. And I'm going to talk to all the women here because I'm big on supporting women. I buy from women businesses all the time. I'm big on tipping all the time. Now listen, when it comes to you in your business, you need to take up space in that. Okay? You need to take up space in what your worth is and what you're offering your clients. Right? You can't just say, pay me what you want. It's not about the money. No. You are offering a beautiful gift, right? if you're offering a beautiful gift. And on that token, the flip side, never do something for money, okay? So if you're a business person or somebody who wants to get into business, girlfriend, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're doing it for money, don't. Save us all a favor, don't do that. You show up in what you wanna do because it is bigger than you and you feel like you need to put it out. You show up in it because of that, not because of the money, right? All that other stuff are byproducts. That's it. It's not your main focus. I don't know how many women have asked me in the recent months, how do I start a blog? How do I start an online business? How do I start a podcast? I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. Listen, it's not about the money, right? If your driving force is to make money, you're not doing it for the right reasons, okay? So it has to come from your heart. It has to be heart-centered. It has to be soul-centered. It has to be like you're doing it because you need to, okay? It's not about money, okay? So that was a side note for all those women who have dreams of starting online businesses. And it's not bad to want money, but that is not your driving force. That is not your driving force at all. I've been in online business since 2015. I'm still doing it. I'm still showing up. Every month I have to invest in my business and I'm not making that money yet to cover that. Okay? Just so you understand, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Never do that. You show up to make an impact. You show up because it's soul driven. It's passion driven. You show up like that authentically, not conniving and greedy. And this is where I believe a lot of those, the negative connotation comes with money, because there are some people, right? But again, it's not the money that did that. It's not the money. They were already like that. So number one, you need to be aware of where your mindset blocks are. The first clue is listen to your language. If you're using words like because, that's your limiting belief and that's where you need to go, okay? Next, you're going to ask yourself questions, better questions, instead of saying, how much is that? Or what is it? Like, ask yourself what value you're going to get from it. Ask yourself, what kind of value is this going to add to my life? Number three, you're going to change the language. So you really need to understand it's not about being broke. If you're always saying you're broke, girlfriend, you're always going to be broke, right? It doesn't matter. Getting out of debt doesn't mean you have to make more money, okay? It's not about the resources. It's about being resourceful, right? And number four and five, I'm going to say them together. You need to allow yourself the space to practice. You need to get in the messy practice of it. You need to get uncomfortable with that. The first time that I invested in a coach, man, that was hard. That was hard. I didn't have that few $100,000 that I had to drop, right? But I'm so grateful because I learned so much. Again, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, get a coach, right? Hiring my first business coach, best thing ever. She taught me all the ins and outs of getting my online business up and running, and I had her for 2 years. So to me, best investment ever. Best, right? But you have to allow yourself the practice. You have to understand that you are worthy of it. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's scary. And I'm just wanting you to know that 2019 is a big year. It's a number 3. This is the year to take action. So if you have a goal to go back to school, girlfriend, I want you figuring out how you can invest in yourself. If you have a goal to start an online business, reach out to me, because I have a few of you that have asked me, and I'm thinking maybe I should just give little tips and tricks, right, to hook you up. If you want to, I don't know, help yourself with your finances or whatever it is, you need to put yourself in that perspective of finding the person that's already done it, so that you're not spinning your wheels just grabbing all the free things off the internet, right? And I would do my research on my coaches. Like when I work with my clients, we get into the nitty-gritty to make sure we're both a fit, because I'm not for everybody, and that's okay, right? So this was what tonight's talk was about: money mindset blocks, how to find them, and tools you can use to start really shifting them. And again, go easy, be gentle on yourself. Be gentle on yourself. Too many women are too hard on themselves. And honestly, if there's any message you can get from this, you are worthy to take up all the space in it. You are worthy. You are worthy. I'm not saying hire me as your coach, girlfriend. No, I'm saying pay attention to how you're treating yourself. Because if you're dropping money on your family, your friends, whatever. But every time you go to spend $1 on you, you feel bad. That is what I'm talking about. That is where the shift needs to happen, because you are worthy, right? And for all those mamas who have little kids, like, listen, they are picking up on that, okay? You need to really step into it. And again, I did that interview today with Thomas from Purpose Pioneers. And we spoke about that. And I spoke about like having to invest in myself, in my business, at like, you know, coming from the mindset of like, I'm scarce and I'm a poor girl and I had hard times and all these things, and money is hard and all that stuff was really hard. But by doing it, I'm not the same girl. I stepped into, it was a stretch, and I love stretching. Stretching there, mind blown. So I'm going to encourage you right now to really just sit with these blocks, maybe write them down, and then start to slowly unpack them. Now, understand some limiting beliefs are so deep in our subconscious that it's hard to, first of all, find them and then break them, because they're partial truths. Sometimes when they're that deep, they're a partial truth. Like if you saw mom and dad fighting about money and it was a lot of stress and you grew up poor like me or whatever, that's a hard limiting belief to let go, that you have to work hard to earn all your money and you have to like be scarce and don't tip and don't, You don't have to be that story. You don't have to be that story. And we get stories from our lineage, right? History and history and history. You get to write a whole other story. And this is me telling you that it is possible. I have people that know me, that know me from when I was younger, and they'll stop me and say, you are not at all what I thought you would be, right? So I understand exactly what that means. Some of you probably don't, and that's okay when I'm going to write a book. But understand that you are worthy to take up space in your body, take up space in your life, and that includes investing in yourself, time, energy, money. That includes that, girls, ladies, women, because you're amazing as is. So if you want to work on whatever it is you want to work on, or you want to start whatever it is you want to start, I'm going to encourage you to start stretching yourself in that landscape, okay? Because again, you can keep spinning your wheels, but you're going to be there again in a year, guaranteed, right? I was spinning my wheels for the first few years of online business. I started online coaching in 2012, right? Until I finally was like, bite the bullet. I'm going to pay this coach because I know that she can help me. And I did my research on her. She's amazing. She's been on my podcast. She's doing good things in the world. But this is what I have for you tonight. So I just want 2019 to be your year to step fully into your being and to get after what it is you want. So this was food for thought. It was kind of like a throw it at you, let it stick to the wall. But I say these with love and passion because I've lived it. And I know a lot of you know who this crystal was. So I want you to just step up in it. I want you to know that you're worthy of it. I want you to know that, you know, you're allowed to. So just have those talks with yourself. If you're able to spend money on people you love, but it comes to spending on you and you feel guilty, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about a belief that you have that you're not worthy, or that whatever it is, right? So you need to start there. So that is what I have. So I'm going to get ready. Shoot, it's already 8. I don't know if there's any questions. If I said anything that sparked you, because I know sometimes when these talks are really intense, sometimes it's hard to share on a platform like that. IG fam, I mean, this is going to go away in 24 hours. Send me a DM. Same thing with Facebook family, like this lives on my page. But if I said something and you're too shy to share, again, reach out. I love getting those messages. We have the messy conversations. It's awesome. It just makes us both grow. And yeah, just show up. So that is what I got for you tonight. For the ladies who want to be on the free Strong Body Love, as I just talked about free, but still show up with me, it's fun. Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just make sure you're on my email list. And then, yeah, I have 3 places open. That is it for April 1st. I'm taking on a small group of women for Strong Body Love. It's going to be the 4-week fat loss challenge. Again, it's and both. So you're allowed to want to change your body, but I'm going to teach you to do it from a place of already being worthy and the desire. It's not about beating yourself down. It's not about that. I want you to walk away feeling confident and knowing all the things. So this is what I have. I think I got to get Loic to bed. I've been running since 5 a.m. so it was a great day. That is what I have for you ladies. I'm going to get off now because I don't see any questions, but I see a few, I got a few texts, so I'm going to answer those. So peace, love, bye Gram fam. How do I end that? Right here, eh? Yes, and video. Share that. Peace, love, bye Facebook.